have Jitendra Gupta, the founder of CitrusPay, interestingly an ex-banker with ICICI. Jitendra, thank you so much for talking to us right here on ET Now. Before we go into the deal details, take us through the backstory of how this really came about, how Naspers came to acquire CitrusPay.
Sure. So just to give some background about Citrus first, so Citrus has been in existence for 5 years, and our vision of starting the company was how to provide a superior checkout experience to consumer and merchants, because both of these entities are an integral part of payment ecosystem, and this is where we started our journey 5 years back. And through our technology and product approach, we clearly led a credible position in the market. And so this time, sometime around March or April, because to funnel our growth ambitions, we had gone to the market to raise funding. And this is where we also happened to meet Naspers team, and Naspers team was very, very excited to hear our vision, to hear what we want to build in fintech ecosystem in India, because apparently Naspers, who is one of the biggest internet investor in the world, they had a similar vision where they have a company, PayU India, in Indian market, who was our close competitor, and they were building a similar kind of products and similar kind of features. And we thought, rather than competing, why not two of us align, and then why not two of us execute and give experience to the market and consumer which they have not seen yet, and which is ideal experience from payment perspective.
Jitendra, just looking at some numbers here, I mean, in the 5 years since you launched, you've raised, over $32 million in funding, and you finally sold out for $130 million, a profitable exit for all your investors. That's almost a rarity as far as Indian startups are concerned. But tell me, was there also pressure? Because, pretty much all your rivals in fintech have strategic investors. I mean, Alibaba's invested in Paytm, Snapdeal is invested in Freecharge. So how much of that really added to the pressure to sell out?
Actually not, because you must realize that last year September we raised our Series C, which was substantial part, and 90% of that funding was still lying in our bank account. So clearly there was no financial pressure. But that being said, we realized that the speed at which we want to grow, we need to grow faster and faster. And when we saw that 50% of our time is going into fundraising rather than building the business and building a real business, we thought that why not align with Naspers Group, and who has deep pockets, who has internet domain experience, and who has done similar thing in other markets like China. And this is where our thinking changed, and this is where the whole discussions around ownership change started happening.
Take us through your own role in PayU going forward, because retaining top management in such M&A deals has always been tricky. So what's it going to be going forward?
So I'm very, very excited with the whole PayU merger which is happening between PayU and Citrus. So today morning, just to give in literally an anecdote, today morning I was in PayU office in a town hall with employees, and they introduced both Amrish and I to the whole group, and I was so surprised to receive such a warm welcome from whole employees, that there was absolutely no resistance, there was absolutely no concern which employees had. And this was really, really encouraging, that how people, and we of course stated our vision, which was a vision around building a payment ecosystem or a fintech opportunity, address fintech opportunity in India. And that sort of gave enough comfort to PayU team. And similarly, when we did town hall in Citrus yesterday evening, our employees are equally excited. The good part of the deal is there's absolutely no attrition, layoff, because the opportunities which we'll be addressing in fintech ecosystem will be so large that each of the guys or employee will have person or role to play with. And this is where everybody in the team was super excited with when we shared our vision with them.
How do you really see the future of payments evolve for Citrus PayU together, and what aspects of payments will you be involved in going forward?
Sure. So there are two critical components which combined entity will be addressing. So one is experience around core payment infrastructure, strengthening our position there. So clearly that is a part which Amrish and Shailaj will be driving, and this is where the focus will be there, because that's the part which fetches us revenue in this business. The another part which is a more evolving and the new opportunities in the fintech ecosystem is credit. So how can you underwrite credit to the consumer who has no credit history or who does not get loan from a formal banking channel today? And this is a part which I will be driving in the combined entity, and I'm very, very excited considering Naspers has enough experience in the European market around credit products.
Final couple of questions, Jitendra. Just want to understand, there are reports that Naspers will invest 30 to 40 million in the combined entity going forward. Can you confirm that number, and also where will this investment go into? How will you really use the money?
Sure. So I think first of all, Citrus becomes a 100% owned company of Naspers. So from that perspective, investment is a function of what are the growth plans, what are budgets, how we are executing for the year, and Naspers definitely has deep pockets. They understand this space very well, and they have a full commitment to India business. And so quantum of funding, well, initial funding will be to the extent of $40 to $50 million, which they will be infusing immediately, but they have committed to fund the business as and when required, and they are super committed to the India business.
Finally, Jitendra, is this a complete exit for you as one of the founders? And what will you be doing with the cash? Will we see you active as an angel investor going forward?
So just to confirm, yes, we got a complete exit because it was an all cash deal, and I'm proud to say that this was one of the largest cash deal in the ecosystem. At least I haven't heard in last 5 years such a large amount of cash deal happening. That being said, my focus going forward will be building the fintech practice for PayU in India, and I will be full-time focusing on that. Of course, if I come across right entrepreneur, if I come across right business idea which is not conflicting to what I'm driving in PayU, then yes, I will be open to consider that.
Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/ETNow, and don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at ETNowLive. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/user/ETNow.